Are you able to hear me? Just a minute when I'm adjusting my environment. Right. So yesterday when we were speaking on the construction, we technically tried to identify what was identified and what could be the fundamental reasons every time AI has started and it was a hype and it was a failure. Currently, we are in which particular era of AI? Can you just return me what I said yesterday? Currently, we are in which particular era of AI? Modern AI. Okay. Now, even now, the AI is a reality or a hype. Can you just confirm that? Even in modern AI is a reality or hype. It is a hype. Even now, it's hype. But one thing that is looking positive is we can make it reality. Okay. We can make it move to the reality. So, on what construct we are confident and positive that AI can become a reality? Infrastructure is getting ready. Okay. Infrastructure is now getting ready with cloud environments. They are coming into the place. Your computers are becoming high performance computers. GPUs availability is there. We are almost all on the practical side of the quantum computing. Are you getting these things are happening? And programming languages are also encouraging because we are getting programming languages that have great amount of libraries available for programming in AI without doing everything from the scratch level. These all things are looking positive. But why it is looking like a hype now? Why it is looking like a hype? Can you tell me? It is only looking like a hype because of the lack of, no, not more promising. It is lack of availability of the resources called as developers. Okay. Absolutely correct, Suyesh. Non-trained programmers. Even the programmers who are available in the market who are trained, they are just trying to learn the language, but they are not trying to learn the attitude of programming for AI through that language. AI has to be learned with a perspective of an attitude. Am I correct? AI has to be learned by any language you like, but fundamentally you have to learn that with a mindset of developing the things in AI. So developers only need programming language abilities or anything else, man? Tell me. Programmers need only the ability of programming or anything else? They need the ability of understanding the problem, recognizing the need of the automation, having the ability to research to the level of intelligence that particular automation should be programmed, taking the ownership of that particular piece of the project or the product. They should have deep analytical skills. They should have strong foundation to understand mathematics. I'm not saying that they should be mathematical experts. They should have the deep understanding of understanding the mathematics. They should get ready to synchronize themselves to be having clarity to what subject matter experts are speaking. They should try to gain the knowledge of the domain as their experience goes on increasing. They should have fundamental intuition to make anything get presented by its state of requirement, visualization. Without concentrating on all these things, imagine you just learn a programming language like Python in the market and you come and you say that you want to go with AI. AI is first part, man. Second part is machine learning. Forget about machine learning. You can make a system to be continuously thinking in its intelligence only when you push your AI into machine learning. So they should also gain the mindset of understanding the different kinds of algorithms that can handle your data with respect to analytical standards. Therefore, let us just go with the overview of your AI, machine learning, and deep learning, how they technically come into the picture of integrated requirements. So try to understand the constructs very carefully. When you come to there are three different constructs. I want to take the aspect as a property of requirement. Then in AI, how you need to deal with it, machine learning, what it says, and deep learning, what it says. Currently, I think these are the three fields where you have to look for your particular career. Yes or no? Your first level career should start from where? Understanding AI. Then with your experience, you should push yourself into machine learning. Now, once you are fundamentally applying yourself into machine learning, from there you should drive yourself into deep learning. But now, don't you think that you just take the markets that are existing, man? It's not the markets are really confusing the guys who are about to develop directly talking about deep learning, man. Not only the markets, gentlemen, even students are like that, I'm telling you. He doesn't even know the definition of AI. I'll be getting calls from students saying that, are you teaching deep learning? For your satisfaction, I'll say yes. But you don't know the requirement with which you have to come into deep learning. Who will finally fail, man? Institutions will never fail. They take the money, keep the money in their pockets and they'll enjoy. But finally, you will have confusion. That is a basic learning or that is a basic roadmap. Am I clear? Now, the first aspect I want to take is a definition, man. By definition, if you are taking, AI is simply nothing but what? The science of making machines intelligent. Means making your machine understand your instructions and give the output according to that. Even a simple if and else comes into this area. Is that point clear to you? the day when you have written, catch up very carefully, the day when you have written a small program in control structures, which can take an input of a number and tell whether it is an even number or odd number, that is also the basic level AI, which falls under which particular category or criteria? Decision making. Okay. Be technically very, very clear about that. Now, once you get this, it should have the ability and intelligence of not only understanding whether it is, say, like you have written the program for identifying even number and odd number. Now, there is a chance that majority of the even numbers are composite numbers. Do you agree with me? And major number of prime numbers are odd numbers. All odd numbers are not prime numbers, but all prime numbers are definitely in the category of odd numbers. Am I correct? Now, imagine understanding the rule of this mathematics by using the logic of finding your even number or odd number. You are making your machine to learn how to find prime numbers automatically, how to find the criteria and composite numbers automatically, how to find the criteria of Armstrong numbers, Fibonacci numbers. Now you are making a machine to learn. Yes or no? Now, once you achieve one level of AI, you'll push your system into training in such a way that it reaches the ML, means a method to enable machines to learn from the data, from the previous data of your AI, what you generated. It should get the idea of learning and going to the next level. That is machine learning. Is that point clear? Now, once your machine starts learning anything from the previous data, now between the data, there could be some interconnected relations. Am I correct? Behind the decisions, what you're taking in machine learning, there could be some interconnected decisions. Am I correct? Sir, what do you mean? Just now I told you, you know how to find a odd number. Then your machine also knows how to find a prime number. Then making your machine to get the knowledge of every prime number is definitely an odd number is an interconnected relation. Yes or no? Then technically that is nothing but a subset of machine learning using neural networks to mimic the human brain. Whenever you say that a human being is researching, man, your human being is researching just because of the existing fundamental intelligence of what he learned, and interconnecting that learning process is inventing something new. Am I correct? So when you can make your machine to understand the relations and sub-relations of the data that has been already learned under ML, if you can make it automatically take decisions in certain areas, and if it can start projecting, then we call that as a deep learning. Mimic the human being's brain. We are having some small projects happening here, man. Expecting that everything in deep learning is already there is wrong. If deep learning is 100% achieved, human beings will be pushed out of this earth and machines will start ruling. There'll be only some set of human beings who can always give that intelligence to the machines. They will survive on this planet. So, are these three things are in the same basket, man? Hello. Can you say all these things are in the same basket? No. So don't you think that it is a roadmap what you should plan very carefully? So today, say like I'll show you one program in AI. Tomorrow, suddenly for the sake of your craziness, I do some deep learning and then another one in machine learning. Once again, one more example in AI, then suddenly into ML and then third in deep learning. Now, don't you think that you are getting excited with the examples what I present in front of you? But are you trying to learn the things in a proper order to understand the criteria? If your roadmap is not clear, gentlemen, you will be suffering. Be very clear about that. Therefore, sir, how much deep I should know programming? Definitely, programming from basics to advanced levels is completed, man. But by the time I'm starting my particular actual implementations in AI, at least the basics of Python you should complete, which we will be sharing with self-learning videos. Because if I start the Python course separately for you once again, it is technically nothing but going to be another 5 or 6 months in the process, man. It's impossible. So we will go deep means from artificial intelligence to the next level of machine learning, the programming abilities will change. From there to deep learning, it will change. So once we share the criteria of the self-learning videos, how fast you complete and how best you try to pick up at least the fundamentals of the language is in your hands. Am I clear? No Hippocratic states where I won't say that you don't know anything, you please start. You don't know anything, that's okay. But by the time I come to practical side of my AI, you should see that you're at least getting ready for some level of understanding your program. At understanding the program. Idea, you don't worry, man. Thousands of examples I'll be giving you with implementations. They are not examples. Once I start, you'll understand every example I'll pick up is one kind of implementation with a story of some real time. So, by definition, are you clear? Now, say like your resume is directly projecting deep learning without really finding at least one one ML, and one AI project. Will the industry believes you? Man, top rated companies, will they believe your resume? No. Maybe mid level companies which are not having any focus, they are just trying to do some experiments because they are having some money in their pocket, or some external funding agencies that they may call you. So plan yourself very carefully on this now. Coming to the scope, the next thing you should understand with any AI project or any kind of artificial ML project is scope. Scope is what? Broad and encompasses all intelligent systems. Anything you feel like it can be automated, they will come into this. Is that point clear to you? Anything. I am entering into one room, automatically in my room, the light should get on. My AC should be on depending upon the temperature that is fundamentally identified as a difference from my room to external area. Or if the temperature is too cool, then instead of AC, it should understand that I need a fan, and it should understand my constructional requirement of the fan, and it should automatically keep it in which particular speed it should be comfortable for me. And the moment I'm reaching my desk should understand that I'm about to sit, and my chair has to move away, giving me place and position for sitting. And the moment I take my chair, I want my system to start. And understanding the specification of the time, my system should start that particular program or application that should automatically what I am going to work for. And if it is anything like mails are there, it should open my mailbox and give me messages, show me relevant mails that are very important for me. If any particular mail is regarding a meeting that I have to attend for, automatically start connecting me to that particular meeting and place a message. I am getting connected into the meeting in the next few minutes. This is one AI project. Every day it will do this job for you. Now, understanding every day what I will come and do on my machine simultaneously using certain machine learning algorithms, if it can take its own decisions and then tell me, Satish, at this time, this is not what you should do, but this is best if you can do. Your return of investment or return of constructs can be better for you. That is machine learning. Focuses using algorithms to learn from the data. From my previous experience of what I'm doing in AI, taking that data that is collected using certain standardized machine learning algorithm, my system should be in a position to tell me now. I'm not going to tell my system, my machine should tell me what is best. Taking that particular construct, understanding my mind of neural system of network, my machine goes for deep neural networks for learning the complex patterns. And even before I come into my room, my machine should be in a position to give me a schedule of the day with respect to what I have to do when and what is best suitable for me and prepare a planner, deep learning. Are you clear? So, are you really having the clarity of scope of your project, first of all? Without having a proper scope, can you work in this particular field, man? So any project first starts with what? Any project first it starts with what? First level, at least it should be AI. Okay? First it should be AI. If AI is achieved, then we'll start collecting the data with respect to the operations that are happening in AI. Am I correct? And taking that particular data, we will make the system to go for what? Taking that particular data that is generated in AI will make the system to go for what? ML. ML. Taking the accuracy of the implementation of the ML and multiple different number of such activities what you have automated in your particular system in AI, we will try to understand you are integrating this learning by which kind of correlations to do which kind of tasks in your process. And that becomes what? That becomes what? DL, deep learning. Once you have achieved your construct of the DL, the only thing that could be suffering is what? Are you nearest to your human being's brain of thoughts or not? Your all activities are happening exactly to your psychological state of taking decisions in your day-to-day life, man. But the only thing you're lacking is before you think and take a decision, your machine is unable to give that particular decision in front of you. Instead, after you think and you take the decision, your machine is giving the decision after 10 or 15 minutes. Your machine is helping you, it's not helping you. It's helping you, but it's helping you after you confirm. Yes or no? Yes or no? But what I am expecting, even before my mind can finalize, my machine should take the decision at least prior to the time what my brain can think. And if it can give me, am I not happy? For that, we need to only think on what? Deep learning operated with high performance computing and infrastructure. That's all. Your algorithm is ready. Everything is going on. You need to only see that it is faster than your thought of a brain. Am I correct? In the world of modern AI, we are at which level, man? We are at which level? 90 percentage of the projects are at AI level only, not even ML. Okay? 90% we are in AI only. That's the reason industry expects you people to come at least in understanding the AI. around 10% to 15% projects are in ML. Less than 4 to 5% are in deep learning. Understand the gap. So there is a great lot of work to be done. Is the scope is clear? Now, what is the approach I should take? If I know the scope, what is the approach I should take? For implementing the approach for AI, you should be having the skill of what? Understanding rule-based algorithms, heuristic or data-driven algorithms. So I've already showed you. If you're coming into the AI part and you're technically trying to work on the rule-based, what are the 3 areas we said we can work out? Tell me, what are the 3 construction areas we have identified for that? First class. Starting from decision trees, you should work. Are you getting me? Starting with decision trees. Then slowly move on. Heuristic in the sense what? At least you should know if that work is not happening, if that work is not perfectly happening, then there should be an exceptional identification, means adding exception handling routines into your system such that you'll at least know that this was not exactly going in the way I need. Understanding the concept of exceptions, understand the concept of assertions. With the least possible available data, you should try to achieve this. Putting your mathematics into it, putting the correct mathematical formulas, and then on those formulas, substitute the values by the variables and get the output of the solution. Is that clear? Then machine learning is purely which type? Data-driven type. It's purely data-driven. You supply the data by standardizing certain algorithms, and those algorithms will generate the learning patterns. Are you getting me? In ML, you should only know how to generate the learning patterns. Now, when we work in machine learning, we work on generally single layer or 2 layers. Actually, much of the projects are single layer. But you are expecting these filters. These filters should be taken in multiple layers. If you increase the multiple layers in your learning platform or your learning patterns, applying the neural network integrations for feature extraction and feature learning, that is nothing but deep learning. That is feature, not future. Don't confuse. Feature means correct properties and correct behaviors. Okay. Is the approach is clear, man? Therefore, at least basic fundamental coding you should have. Now your approach is perfect, let us say. Then what are the data requirements? As I already told you, can work with less data in rule-based systems. Even your input of one value, expecting output of another value, or giving 5 or 6 inputs and you're getting the 6 or 7 outputs, that is also okay. Because you're only testing the rule of the condition, whether it can happen or not. Coming to machine learning, you need to have a considerable amount of data for training. Is that clear? Then definitely for deep learning, we need to go with multiple layers. So you need vast amount of data. The more the data you supply, more the deep learning it can do. That's all. But if you are achieving up to machine learning, remember, I'm making it very, if you're achieving up to machine learning also, checking your ability of implementing the machine learning algorithms on the data-driven cases, generating the patterns, your industry of deep learning will adapt you. Am I clear? The only thing is there the data and the number of layers are changing. Up to neural networks, man, up to neural networks, if you are very good, all the remaining advanced levels of neural networks, industry will take care of, you don't worry. Okay. Therefore, you're taking Python, let us say, man, if Python is one of the language for the sake of artificial intelligence, ML and DL. Now, can you tell me at least up to what level you should be clear? Fundamental basics, not even AI, man. You don't worry about that AI. AI, I'll take care of it. Fundamental basics of understanding how to declare variables, initialize variables, writing input statements, output statements, loops, if and else, writing basic functions, understanding the concept of what is a function definition, what is function calling, what is a return statement, basic collections like list at least. If you're already a programmer in some other programming language, then don't you think that you need to be really having the knowledge of translating your existing language code into the Python syntax now? Now, here generally questions will come from students like, sir, I'm a database developer, I'm a C language, C++, Java developer. Then technically, do I need to really have knowledge of program? See, you're already a programmer, man. You only need to do what? Transform yourself from your current programming, whatever you know, to the language called as Python. If you're already a programmer who knows how to understand variables, initializations, assignments, input output statements, if and else, iterations, functions, exceptions, these kind of things. Is it difficult for you to transform yourself into a syntax of another language? It's a mindset. It's a mindset. Yes or no? It's a mind game. Ranbir, it is better you have it, because if we are going for real production, are we going to neglect and ignore oops? No. Okay, so you should have it. That's not, if you know oops, I'm not saying you should be deep into oops. You should know at least what is a class, what is a method, what is public, what is private. That's all. I will definitely write programs in AI with very basic fundamental level coding, and slowly I'll take you into advanced levels also, covering oops like concern. But the day I start, this is a class, this is something, I do not want anybody to ask, sir, what is a class? By the time you should complete definitely my fundamental self-learning videos, what we share with you. Got it? Get ready, get ready. Most probably by this weekend, we will confirm who is in the batch, who is out of the batchman. And after that, we will start sharing the self-learning videos to you. Okay. And from there to come into my actual implementation of AI, it may take 1 week or 10 days. Within that, you just start at least covering up that videos and get ready. Don't worry, I'll take you through the process. But what I am telling you, you should do, that you should also do. Without you doing it, folding your hands, if you said, I don't have any magic wand through which I can make you wizards. So the data requirements are clear. Then computation power. What is the computation power I should have to work in these projects? If you want to really work with AI, you may not need significant computation depending upon the approach. Maximum your personal computers having fundamental RAM up to around 8 GB to 16 GB, and any I-series processor environments are enough for AI. Okay. Now coming to machine learning, you need moderate computation power for model training. There also, almost all your normal computers with 16 GB RAM and anything around i5 processors or i7 process, they are enough. You don't need any GPUs at machine learning level also. Effectively, we can do unless and until you're taking some image-based algorithms or anything. Coming to deep learning, you definitely need GPUs and TPUs. Man. CPUs will not technically work. By the time you come there, that's the reason when you go to the industries, they try to take you onto what? Cloud. Are you getting me? So only AI projects and ML projects will be on premise. Deep learning projects will go to generally cloud, purchasing the efficient amount of machine power. Now, without having this clarity, I've seen companies investing unwanted amount of money on the cloud directly, even before their project has not crossed AI and ML. Now, that is their headache. Budget shoot out. And already yesterday I told you, can you really sell your product directly without at least coming into minimum viable product? No. So by the time they think of happening, the budgets in the cloud are shooting out. Now, there is a problem with the CTOs, chief technology officers, and chief information officers who are not having clarity on this particular path. Because of their experience, they are sitting in those chairs. And I think today, because today you take the market, are the senior level people are in the highest trouble in the industry or the lower level people? Currently, seniors. Why? They have given all that useless decisions and all those things, infrastructure investments and everything, which are not working out. So now the industry has realized the problem is not with the low level programmers. The problem is with the mid level and the top level guys. First, kick them off. So learning a book simply by projecting anything from the book, you cannot give decisions. You should have clarity, first of all. Are you getting me? So you are a programmer in any other language, learning deep frameworks and all those things. You technically don't need to worry, man. Okay. That idea will help you far better in your AI, ML, and DL concern. But you need to change your mindset towards this because you are in application programming. Application programming mindset is different from this. Okay. Only the mindset and the attitude of your thought process you should change. Else you'll have great lot of friction in your brain. Coming to interpretability. When you come to interpretability, rule-based systems are interpretable, but some data-driven models can be opaque. Means you can all in AI systems, you know what input you are giving, what exactly it is processing, what output it is generating. We have at least clarity. So debugging levels in AI projects are very easy. They are possible. But when you come to machine learning, here it is taking its decisions depending upon the constructive data that is already existing and then generating the pattern. So there is some amount of opaqueness in your actual interpretation. Means how the machine is actually taking the decision, you can't really understand unless and until you're not clear with respect to that algorithm. Am I clear? So debugging and understanding how it is actually happening in ML can be bit difficult. So only when you are clear on your feature selection, means on your features, if you are very clear, at least by the rule of the features, you can understand that correlations because your patterns are generated on the correlations. Therefore, once you come to machine learning, you need a great amount of assistance of your subject matter experts and domain experts. Are you catching my point? And slowly working in association with them, you have to come to a level, where you are getting yourself induced into that domain knowledge. Then coming to the deep learning, is everything is happening in one layer? No, it's happening in multiple layers. So in which layer, which kind of feature got its importance and its weight such that it can making a decision to the next layer is really very difficult. It is 100% black box with very least interpretability. That is the reason they are getting much worried if deep learning projects are directly applied onto the real time. Can we really confirm it is taking the decision perfectly? That's where AI is bit practical, man. Machine learning is a fundamental level of hype. Deep learning is really in a hype today. Are you getting me? Our industry expects you to come with at least which approach? Tell me, AI. At least with AI, if you can come, they'll take, because you have interpretation intelligence to understand what is happening. Then ML is all, but deep learning, once you say, gentlemen, they will kill you on the construct of your expertise of what you're doing. You can just say fundamental, practically some kind of programs I could have done, but deep learning, you say you have implemented, then you're really no doubt hot cake, but you cannot expect that your interview will be that simple. Clear? Are you understanding why majority of the people say that I don't know why I'm getting rejected, I don't know why I'm losing my job, I'm getting into the system, but I'm unable. I mean, somewhere you are keeping your resume with a great hype. To that level, you have to speak, man. No way. Now, application complexity is the next level of the aspect, man. Ranges from simple systems like rule-based chatbots to complex systems like autonomous vehicles. Then the application complexity of AI is very less, very, very less. Then used for prediction, classification, optimization most of the time. Deep optimization, putting into multiple layers, is basically nothing but your construct of the deep learning. Most of the deep learning projects are what? Image based, audio based, video based. Are you getting me? Language based. That is the farm. I can just say that is the kind of structure you should understand with your criteria of AI, ML, and DL. Are you clear with the fundamental differences with every property? So if you're talking on the corresponding milestone, man, if you're talking on the corresponding milestones, then I can just say expert systems and AI winters from 1970s to 1980s, they have happened. The systems like MySyn, which is basically for sake of medical analysis, medical diagnosis, and Dendral for chemical analysis were developed. Expert systems could perform complex reasoning tasks using predefined set of rules. But the only problem that happened is people became over enthusiasm, and that over enthusiasm made the corporates to go for a huge funding. And after funding is done, under delivery was there, and due to the unmet conditions and the computation limitations, AI automatically stopped here. Then in 1990s and 2000s, they understood that we should take AI to the next level. That's where your machine learning started. First project with IBM's Deep Blue was one of the milestone which defeated the world chess champion Garry Kasparov in 1997. Then people understood, okay, machines can start learning, understanding the other person's data. Now, AI started gaining the strategic thinking aspect between 1990s and 2000s. Then people started concentrating on developing machine learning algorithms that started making the computers to learn from the data. First time support vector machines came, and the resurgence of neural networks started getting identification. But what really happened here is lack of programmers who can take the criteria. Computation is not the only reason. Programmers who can understand those machine learning algorithms and make the system to learn from the data, they were lacking here. Why? You watch very carefully from 1990s to 2000s, most of the computer science field was very busy in developing solutions for business operations. Yes or no? And from 1990s to 2000s, we had another problem parallelly. What is that? Y2K. So lack of people to come towards AI because the industry was in crisis with Y2K. So technically it failed. And then once again, AI boom has started around 2010. Every 10 years, it was a failure. Yes or no? Gap of 10 years is there for AI not to get invested. So we came to one level of machine learning. So LXNet was designed, which was a great breakthrough in deep learning, which is basically working on convolutional network that started working on images and identifying images. Okay, we got the first time when you show some image, it can go through the database and it can start identifying images. And American federal systems, they started using this project for criminal investigation. And then medical systems, they started using this to cross compare the images of different diseases. So like X-rays cross comparison of different patients and such kind of things have happened. Then Google suddenly in 2016, it came with DeepMind's AlphaGo, which is basically another landmark. Okay, which is basically a very complex game than the chess it was basically able to be played. Then we started coming into generative pre-trained transformers by 2020. ChatGPT, I think it is one of the revolution, which has the ability of text generation, translation. Depending upon the correct prompt you provide, it can give you question answering systems were developed. Then after 2020, when ChatGPT came, the world started looking something more positive. So AI started entering into fields like visual assistants like Siri and Alexa. Once upon a time, Siri and Alexa were only used for what purpose, man? They were used for only the purpose of you starting a music, a song, playlist of your music. Today, don't you think that you can integrate Siri and Alexa APIs to automate your home systems? Hello. Self-driving cars, Tesla, personalized recommendations on streaming platforms, OTTs, medical diagnosis. Slowly it started moving. I told you, deep learning, that's what I said. It's even today only 5% of the projects. AI ability to handle large amounts of data became tremendously possible in healthcare, finance, entertainment, and manufacturing. So we are into the world of deep learning today, but not to the expected ability that is there. Am I clear? So a simple note I want to give is your AI can solve complex problems, automate tasks, and improve decision-making process, not more than that. It can definitely impact industries properly done with research. If you can achieve the first level projects of AI, industries like healthcare, manufacturing, critical areas of automation, they will definitely from stereotypic process, they'll become automatic process. Especially in the finance domain, AI can target fraud detection in critical areas in financial applications. Not only that, I think the world is working on a concept called as what, man? Algorithmic trading in shares. Today, algorithmic trading is really a big fraud, man. But in the next 10 years, every common man can do share trading. That's how the algorithms will get developed. You just try to tell what is your capital you want to invest in share trading. And if you tell what is the return of profits you want to gain through, and you leave the algorithm, it will go on trading by itself. You don't need to sit every day on your machines and do trading. So the emergence is very clear, man. From 2020, after GPT came, the push has started. We are just in 2025, man. That's where now industry is understanding. The next part of AI will be moving much faster than expected because computational powers are there, generative pre-trained transformer engines are there. Now, if the people can come who can learn the basic AI with at least machine learning, they can push them into the deep learning aspects very quick. Am I clear? So the platform is yours, man. At least when the world has become 40% easier, I don't say 60%, 40% easier. That remaining 60% effort, if you don't keep, now that will become your problem. So how much time I should keep into it? There's no limit, man. How many hours you practice understanding the rule of the patterns, it's up to you. Get ready. The problem with senior people now, I'm telling you, can you really dedicate your time for deep practice with all the commitments you have? Get ready. If these things are just getting into your mind, I'll just give you certain projects that are happening in different fields to just encourage human. Okay. I'll just try to tell them what they are. And after that, I think we are ready for the next level thought process. As we are moving down, are you getting the clarity of the purpose for which we are getting into this particular course? Keep that spirit. By the time I'll catch you in next 24 hours. Many people were asking like, sir, where are the recorded videos? Till I complete my first level demos with you this week, you can directly go and connect to my YouTube channel. There they are available. Okay. These records are available there. So you can just go and watch them over there only. And those records are not somewhere previously recorded when they are technically your class live recording going into the YouTube. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself. Have a great day.